to a shop called the Bean, the busiest place that the town's ever seen. She walked to the counter with poise and with grace. A smile of kindness was set on her face. The barista was young with a tired-out stare, adjusting the cap on her messy brown hair. "I'd like a large latte with extra thick foam," the woman replied like she felt right at home. "And what is the name for the side of the cup?" The worker looked down, then she quickly looked up. "My name is Karen," the lady then said, and the worker's whole face turned a terrified red. The barista backed up and she let out a sigh, with a flicker of panic deep down in her eye.
"Do you want the manager?
Is something wrong?
Do I need to call him
to come right along?" Karen was baffled and shook her poor head. "I just want a latte and nothing," she said. She left that first shop and she went down the street to a place called a Roast for a caffeine-rich treat. She stood in the line for a very long while and greeted the clerk with a soft, gentle smile. "A medium mocha," she said with a nod, but the look she got back was remarkably odd. "The name for the order?" the clerk asked in fear, as if a great storm was beginning to near. "It's Karen," she whispered, and everyone turned, as if a great secret had finally been learned. The clerk grabbed the phone with a shaky, wet hand. "The manager's coming,
he'll understand."
"I don't want a boss."
Poor Karen did cry.
"I just want some mocha before I go dry." She ran from the shop as the sirens began, developing quickly a brand new type plan. She found a third shop called the Frothy Delight, where the windows were clean and the neon was bright. She straightened her coat and she smoothed down her hair to hide all the traces of social despair. The man at the register offered a grin and asked for the order she wanted to win. "A caramel drizzle," she said with a spark, feeling the light coming out of the dark.
"And what is the name?"
he asked with a pen, ready to write it and ask her again. She opened her mouth to say Karen once more, but she thought of the managers hitting the floor. She thought of the panic and thought of the dread, and chose a new identity right in her head. "My name is Helen," she shouted out loud, and a peacefulness settled all over the crowd. The barista just nodded and wrote on the sleeve with a calm that she hardly could even believe.
"Coming right up, Helen, take you a seat. Your caramel coffee will be a great treat."
No managers ran and no sirens did wail, as her new name of Helen had finished the tale. She sat by the window and sipped on her brew, while the sun turned the sky to a beautiful blue. The moral is simple and perfectly clear: if your name causes panic and logicless fear, just pull a quick switch in the heat of the game and give them a brand new and dim-witted name. She finished her cup with a satisfied grin, accepting the Helen